As of today, May 12, 2021, the city of Tulsa, state of Oklahoma, the United States of America has never investigated the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre.
And we have come because God is not pleased with how you are treating his children.
When I first came here, they called it a riot. It was the Tulsa Race Riot, Tulsa Race Riot, Tulsa Race Riot. God called me to speak and have them recognize it for what it is. It is a massacre. And I opened my Bible up and I took out my bullhorn every Wednesday, rain, sleet, hail, or snow, to let the world know. Reparations now. I'm Rev Dr. Robert Richard Allen Turner. I'm the pastor of historic Vernon African Methodist Episcopal Church.
Jesus sees us as he saw Matthew's sheep without a shepherd.
We are in the heart of the Greenwood District. Yes, sir. I am. You got it? All right. Greenwood Avenue is the name of the Greenwood District because it was the major thoroughfare for the entire Black Wall Street area. Black Wall Street was over 37 square blocks of 600 Black-owned businesses, over 1,000 plus homes. It was the most prosperous place for African Americans in the country. To this day, it'd be hard to find a place within a 35 square block area that had over 600 Black-owned businesses. Like today, it'd be hard to find a place with over 1,000 Black-owned homes today. And we had that, and we had hotels, 5-star hotels, restaurants, theaters, banks, libraries. We had everything. It was a self-contained economy. If you were standing here 101 years ago, you would see homes all throughout here. You would see homes all throughout here. You would see Dreamland Theater, the Stratford Hotel, right on where our grassy portion is. You would see skyscrapers, 3-4-story homes, all throughout this area. This was the site of our library. The colored library is what they called it back in that time. And now it's the site of our baseball field. So instead of building something back that brought educational enrichment, they bought something for entertainment. And they called this team the Tulsa Drillers. And normally teams are named for what the city is known for. This city is best known for killing people, killing Black people especially. Instead of them being called the Tulsa Drillers, it's be called the Tulsa Killers. So 100 years ago, in this area, there was a shoeshine boy named Dick Rowland who was accused of assaulting an elevator operator, Sarah Page. Some people say he stepped on a shoe, he slipped, bumped into her. Whatever happened, she screamed. And the elevator door opened, people heard her scream, he ran out. All that was needed was for him to be accused of assaulting a white woman. And a lynch mob assembled outside the courthouse. Black men come to help enforce and protect Dick Rowland. These are Black men who had just came home from the World War. One of the white men approaches one of the Black men and asks him, what is he doing with that gun? What are you doing with that gun? N-I-G-G-E-R. And the Black man said, it's my gun, and I use it if I have to. And the white man didn't like that, tried to take the gun from him. The gun goes off, hits the white man, and literally all hell breaks loose. And what ensued after that was less than 18 hours of sheer terror, where all those homes, the 1,256 homes, were burned down, destroyed. Those 600 Black-owned businesses, destroyed. Over 20 plus churches, destroyed. 10,000 people made homeless in less than 18 hours. We had bodies dumped in mass graves. Over 300 people of note were killed.
This city is proof positive that these divided states of America is not the citadel of excellence. This city is a hypocrite.
That's right.
God called me to proclaim to the city the need for her to recognize what she did and to repent of this sin, of racism, of white supremacy, and to repair from it. Recognize, repent, repair. Every Wednesday, I mention those three things. I'm here today with my bullhorn, my Bible, and my sign, Reparations Now.
Remember Greenwood. The land of Greenwood belonged to us.
There was over $2.7 million worth of damage in 1921 money. You can compound that for today, and that's well over $500 million. So the first recommendation was direct payments to the survivors. The second thing was, in the absence of the survivors, direct payments to the descendants. The third thing is scholarships for the descendants. The fourth thing was a business economic incubator for Black-owned businesses. And the fifth thing was a memorial where the bodies that were dumped in mass graves could be interned. My first time doing it was September the 12th, 2018. I never will forget it. I knew I was supposed to do it. Beforehand, I was talking to people, trying to see if I can get anybody to come with me. And as I was sitting in the car, I was contemplating delaying it, right? I was like, I'm by myself. And I could hear the audible voice of God. And it shook me when God told me, I'm here with you. And when I heard that, man, I got out my car. I could feel like it's somebody else here. Not just God, but I could feel a cloud of witnesses. Like, to me, I felt like the ancestors who were killed in this space, they were like walking behind me. And man, I've never walked so tall in my life.
And as long as God equips me to stand,
I do this not in spite of being a pastor.
and if I can't stand, I'll crawl.
I do this because I am a pastor.
And if I can't crawl, somebody can roll me out here.
And because the members of this church in this physical building were destroyed. Just to see what they saw, that just touches me. To share in their story is a remarkable feat. Watch your step. These steps have not been changed since 1925. This is the basement of our church. During the massacre, we were building on top of our basement, and they destroyed that. This room was the room people actually hid in. We call it our refuge room. Fire was on this side. No fire reached over here. As we did our construction work, as soon as they broke through the concrete, the construction workers immediately smelled smoke. We haven't had a fire in our basement since 1921. And it's amazing that nearly 100 years later, the smoke can still be smelled. This pillar right here and the buckling on here represents the fire damage from the Race Massacre of 1921. And in 1995, when we remodeled the space, we just painted over it, basically turning this into just a post to fit in cosmetically. It's what a lot of people did after the massacre. They just didn't talk about it. As a community, we just painted over it. We didn't talk about it because we were afraid. We were intimidated into silence. If the massacre had not happened, I can easily see the number of Black patterns continuing to rise. And we would have a lot more Black inventors. We would have like Black Steve Jobs and Zuckerbergs, and we would have had our own Silicon Tech Valley. It would have impacted even the world because we could have been a major player. When I first came here, they called it a riot. It was the Tulsa Race Riot, Tulsa Race Riot, Tulsa Race Riot, Tulsa Race Riot. God led me to go out and speak and have them recognize it for what it is. It is a massacre. This protest has changed me at the core. I didn't tell myself to start, but every time I fight God, I always lose.
How many times has God woke you up out of your slumber and your sleep? How many times in your life has God paid bills for you? How many times in your life has God raised your children for you? How many times in your life?
I go just about every week. And so it allows me an opportunity to learn more about him and his passion for justice and passion for standing up for others and what he believes that they are due. Because reparations is not just about the jingle in your pocket. It's not just about money. It's about justice. It's about doing right by those who didn't have an opportunity to say, please don't shoot me, please don't kill me, please don't hook me to a truck and drag me down the street.
I definitely would like to see reparations. Things that I've asked for, I would like to see them done, and I would do it until whenever God tells me to stop.